Hello, I'm Swish. I've been playing Hollow Knight for a long time, since about 2016. I've beaten Steel Soul mode about 6 times and currently have every achievement. I'm completely in love with this game, and I just want to share my thoughts about what can make Silksong an even better game than the original, or at least things that I think would make it better. So first off, I think more charm interactions would definitely be cool. Say, for instance, Defender's Crest, the spell that makes you emit a heroic odor, and Fluke Nest, which turns your Vengeful Spirit into a bunch of flukes. If you combine the two, it replaces the horde of flukes with one massive one that explodes into a cloud of stink. Maybe you could see something similar in Silksong, just, if charms are coming back, we could see maybe something to do with the silk, something to do with the abilities. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then two, I think something like the Path of Pain should return. Some new form, of it, but with brand new movement abilities of Hornet. I think the original Path of Pain is definitely like a prestigious title that you beat it. But I'd like to see it expanded upon. Maybe, just instead of getting a cutscene like we did in Hollow Knight, maybe we could get something small, or something bigger, like more lore, maybe you unlock something special. Maybe it's required for a certain charm. Something that I've maybe would want to see, and this is 3, which is dialogue choices. Since, we're moving from a silent protagonist to one that can actually talk, I'd like to see some dialogue options potentially, maybe even just simple yes or no's to a quest. Imagine a quest where instead of just following whatever someone says, and say they want you to kill another NPC. Um, let's say that happens. Imagine you say okay, and then you can go to that NPC, say, "Hey, this person wanted me to kill you," and then the quest completely changes. I think that'd be pretty cool. For 4, I think the Grim Troop should definitely return. It's probably one of my favorite parts about the original Hollow Knight. Just the charms they can give, how strong they are, the fight with Nightmare King Grim, the fact that the quest can go in 2 different ways depending on what you do and who you follow. But I think the Grim Troop should travel to Farloom since they, are a traveling circus. They should make Unbreakable Charms a thing again for players to work towards. I remember that was like a big goal of the first time and extra playthroughs I had. Just getting Unbreakable Strength, that was a huge one. But, I also don't think one charm should be able to carry you. That's what I did like about the original Hollow Knight. You could swap between charms and your build would change depending on what you wanted, if you wanted magic or if you wanted physical. But yeah, I think that, you know, canonically, you should have fought Nightmare King Grim, and they should have went to another kingdom, aka Farloom. Another thing I'd like to see is some type of NPC familiar. Maybe you could recruit other bugs from the villages in game, just to join you on your quest, or maybe you could even just pay them. Maybe you pay them to help you out for a certain amount of time, or like until they die, and then you could also just earn their trust from missions as well. That'd be pretty cool. Another thing I would like to see, the return of / new, would be New Game Plus. So something like Steel Soul mode, one life, you die, that's it. Or even more something like a more traditional New Game Plus from other games where, you keep your weapons and upgrades, like Persona 3, Reloaded, keep your weapons, upgrades, your social links. I'd like to see something like that. Or maybe even just like brand new story, but I don't think we'd get all that. I'd like to see another type of grub system as well, like a collectible system. They kind of have to be in these type of games. The Metroidvania platformers kind of have to be. It encourages each player to explore and hit every wall and use abilities on areas that you never think you could. But speaking of exploring, I think what drew me into the original game is the fact that every area is a brand new experience when you enter. You have no map. You have to find your way around and search for whatever you can to find out about the area, the lore, the enemies, where the map maker is. Just everything is so... It encourages you to explore in the original game. And I think Silksong definitely needs that, especially with the new movement. I think the new movement will complement exploring so much better. But I'm curious as to how they'll do it, if they actually keep it, instead of like doing a narrative one-line story, which I don't think they will. From all the gameplay and trailers we've seen, I don't think they will. I'd like to see maybe this is just my personal I want to see this. I kind of want to see a return to Hollow Nest. Not so much, like it's needed, but I'd love to see maybe like cutscenes at the end of the game where Hornet returns to Hollow Nest and she was kidnapped. Or even during the game, maybe Hornet returns to Hollow Nest and feels Farloom calling her back. I think that'd be pretty cool. But also, I'd like to see more varied interactions as well. Like, I want to see interactions expanded upon, such as in the original game, you walk up to NPCs with Defender's Crest, you would get special dialogue. Or if you're low health and talk to some NPCs, I want to feel the world reacting to you more than you reacting to the world. Of course, both is a good balance, but I think the world reacting to you is so cool, and these Easter eggs are kind of what makes the original Hollow Knight so much, especially the combat. Now, do you disagree? Do you think that Hollow Knight should stay dead and buried, and that kingdom is dead and we'll never see anyone again? Let me know in the comments. Thank you, and subscribe. That's a funny thing to do, right?
And I just want to say thank you so much. This is like my first video that I've poured a ton of work into. It took me a few hours. So thanks if you're seeing this. Appreciate it.